Conscious living is the only solution to an absolutely fulfilled life. Look at the state of the world today. There are mental health issues, there are wars happening, there is depression, there are addictions, and the humanity as a whole is going through a lot of issues. And all of these issues are the results of unconscious living. We are seeing all this because humanity as a whole has not yet understood the nature of reality. And this is what today's video is about. Today, in 3 sections of this video, we will understand conscious living, we will understand the nature of reality, and we will also at the end understand how to live consciously and to how to create our lives consciously so that we can achieve absolute fulfillment in our lives. The Adhvaitha channel is about conscious living and conscious creation. Here we explore Vedanta and various other ancient teachings from India to understand the nature of reality and to consciously create our lives. So make sure to hit like and subscribe to our channel to help us spread this knowledge. In the first section, let's talk about the nature of reality. Now, the Upanishads are the ancient philosophical texts which are more than 10,000 years old and which are the foundation for Sanatana Dharma. And these Upanishads are the essential philosophical teachings from the Vedas. Upanishads are a part of the Vedas which is known as the most ancient knowledge and the most ancient teaching that is known to mankind. And these Upanishads elaborately explain to us the nature of reality. Only if humanity can understand this and grasp this, even at an intellectual level at first, I think we will come out of most of the issues that we are facing today. What the Upanishads tell us is that there is absolute oneness in everything, and the duality is a mere illusion or it is simply an appearance. Inherently, there is unity in all things, and the entire universe is a projection, it is an appearance in that God or that consciousness. So, what we need to understand here is that although there is a lot of diversity and there is a lot of duality in this world, inherently, if we go deeper, there is unity. There is, of course, duality at the level of the body, at the level of the mind. But what these ancient scriptures tell us is that beyond the body and mind, there is something called as the consciousness that the Upanishads call Brahman, which is inherent in all things. And this Brahman or this pure consciousness is in fact who we truly are in our essence. And love is simply acknowledging and seeing that oneness in everyone and in everything. So, once we understand this and once we understand that the fulfillment that we are looking for, the joy that we are looking for is actually not outside of us, but instead it is within us, our search for fulfillment ends and we will start to live a fulfilled life free from suffering and pain. These Upanishads go on to tell us that this existence is Satchidananda, it is existence, consciousness, bliss, and this is the nature of this existence, and this is the nature of who we truly are. So, the bliss that we are seeking outside of us through various substances, through various activities, through money, through drugs, etc., is actually within us. The bliss is within us, the fulfillment is within us. And in fact, our true nature is Ananda, which is bliss. And we have simply forgot who we truly are and we are seeking different things outside of us. And we are perceiving this world as an absolute reality which it is not. And we are perceiving this duality as absolute, which is not. And this perception of duality and this perception of separation is the cause for all the wars and all the divisions in society. And the societal conditioning of material success, of wealth, of progress, etc., has caused us to seek external things instead of going inward to seek fulfillment. And Vedanta tells us to go inward, and it promises us that once we go inwards and once we find the true essence of ourself, we will find everything that there is to this reality and we will achieve absolute fulfillment. In the second section, let us discuss conscious living. Now, conscious living is simply going beyond the mind. Mind is the level in which we are stuck. So, as per Vedanta, there are three bodies. One is the physical body, which is this body that we can see and touch, the body with flesh, blood, and bones. And second, there is a subtle body called the Sukshma Sharira, which is the mind. And after this, there is a causal body. But what Vedanta tells us is that our nature, our true nature, is infinitude. And we are none of these three bodies. And instead, these three bodies are simply layers that have accumulated over our true nature. And these are masks that we are wearing temporarily. So, most of us identify ourselves with the subtle body. We think that we are a personality, and this personality has certain kinds of thought patterns, belief systems, worldview, self view, etc. And we identify with this. And this is a limited identity that we have about ourselves. And this is the reason for our suffering. We don't realize the infinite nature of the self. We don't go beyond our identification with the mind. And living while witnessing our thoughts, while being detached from the thought patterns and from the mind, is conscious living. So, the Vedanta tells us that the source of joy and fulfillment is within us. And living a joyful life, free from unconscious thought patterns, is a conscious life. Now, in the third and the final section, let's talk about applying conscious living in our lives. So, till now, we discussed the teachings of Vedanta and we talked a little bit about conscious living. Now, let us understand how we can start practicing this conscious living within our lives. So, in the previous section, we understood that going beyond the mind is conscious living, and living while being aware of the unconscious thought patterns that go through our mind every day is conscious living. But here we also need to understand another aspect of conscious living. A purposeful life is very important when it comes to conscious living. We need to have a profound purpose for our lives, whether it is a business, whether it is a profession, whether it is a calling, whatever it is, whatever responsibilities that we have, we can take that itself as a purpose. And we need to feel that this is profound and this is important work that we are doing. This is important because this gives us direction for our lives. Living aimlessly, living purposelessly is very dangerous. This may take us in many wrong directions. So, it is important for us to consciously choose a purpose to our life and make this a goal and a vision for our life, so that our thoughts and our personality and our actions are aligned to that purpose. And when we begin to live consciously while we are detached from the activities of the mind, and when we have a purpose to our life, when we marry these two things together, I think we all can live powerful lives. And to achieve all this, there are many tools. Meditation is a simple tool that we can make use of in order to live consciously. We can set aside 10 to 15 to 30 minutes each day where we go deep beyond the activity of the mind to be in that state of fulfillment and joy, and expand this throughout the day so that we can live more and more consciously. And this is also the reason why we created the Adhvaitha conscious society. When we are on this journey of conscious living and conscious creation, it is very important to have the right knowledge, have the right direction, and have the right community of like minded individuals who are in this journey together. So, to bring these elements together and to bring transformation in people's lives, we created our community platform that we call the Adhvaitha Conscious Society. And if you want to know more about how to join our community, you can check the description. But now, coming to one important tool that you can make use of right now to start living consciously, we can look at the center screen exercise. This is a very profound exercise that I found in reality transurfing that has helped me to live consciously at least as much as I can. Now, I will walk you through the center screen exercise, and you can do this right now with me. Now, pay a lot of attention here because this is a very important technique that can actually transform your life in the next 30 days. So, there are 3 steps to this method. The first step is the trigger. A trigger can be anything. As you go on throughout your day, whenever you feel negative emotion or whenever something irritates you or bothers you, you can take it as a trigger and start this process. Or even if nothing happens, whenever you remember this, you can begin to practice this. And this just takes 10 to 30 seconds to do. So the first step is the trigger, and the second step is waking up. Now, wake up. Focus your attention on the awareness center, on the point between the inner and outer screens. The inner screen is your internal world of thoughts, feelings, emotions, etc. that keep running throughout the day. And the outer screen is the outer world, the world that you see, feel, and experience. Now try to bring your attention to the center of these 2 screens, which means witness both your external world and your internal thoughts, feelings at the same time. Try to do this. When you do this right, you will feel like you are waking up from something. You feel like you are gaining a higher perspective. From this point, you can say, I see myself and I see the world. You can simultaneously observe your thoughts and what is happening around you. You are not encouraging your thoughts, you are not involved in your thoughts or in your external world now, but simply you are witnessing everything, both the outer screen and the inner screen. This is waking up. And once you wake up, the third step is you can then place your attention on what you are actually doing consciously. So this is the center screen method. The first step is the trigger. The second step is waking up, where you will bring your attention to the center of the 2 screens. And from this point, you will witness your thoughts and emotions, which is your internal world, and the external world. You will see the external world both at the same time. You will simply witness everything here. There is no activity as such. And you will stay here for a few seconds, and then step 3 is you will then consciously place your attention on what you want to do next. Now practice this for the next 30 days, whenever you can. And I'm very sure you will begin to live more consciously with this technique. Now, understanding karma and the principle of cause and effect is very important to live consciously and to create consciously. And we had made an extensive video on the 4 aspects of karma. If you are interested in this, you can check out this video next. Thank you. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you on the next one. If you liked the video, check out this next and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you and welcome to our community.